Good morning, 7th class. Today we had started online classes and our topic is knowing our numbers. That is chapter 1 of your textbook. First of all, we have to know what is the use of board mass. Board mass, B for bracket, O for order, D for division, M for multiplication, A for addition and S for subtraction. Now how we will use these board mass bracket means first of all we have to solve the brackets. This is the sequence how you have to solve an expression. If you get the expression having all these operations, so first of all you have to solve the brackets, then the order, then division, then multiplication, then addition, and at the last you have to do the subtraction, right? So brackets means 10 multiply 4 plus 2. 4 plus 2, it is in the brackets, so we have to add them first. So 4 plus 2 is 6, 6 multiplied 10 is 60. Order means the power. 2 square, that means 4, 2 multiplied 2, that is 4, 5 plus 4 is 9. Division means we have to divide first. 6 divided by 2 is 3, 10 plus 3 is 30. Multiplication, then you have to multiply first. 4 multiplied 2 is 8, 10 minus 8 is 2. Addition, we have to add, but here we have an expression 10 multiply 4 plus 7. So that means we have to multiply first, then we have to add. So 10 multiply 4 is 40, 40 plus 7 is 47. Subtraction, now we have to do the subtraction. 10 divided by 2 minus 3. That means we have to divide first. 10 divided by 3 is 5 minus 3, that means 5 minus 3 is 2. That is how we use the board mass. Let's see one example. 30 divided by minus 5 plus 4 multiply minus 2 plus 14. We are doing the board mass. We have to, if it is not written on the paper, you have to use the board mass, right? So first of all, brackets, there is no bracket. Order, there is no order. Division, that means we have to divide first. 30 divided by minus 5, we had minus 6 and remaining are as usual. Now M means multiply, you have to multiply this. 4 multiplied 2 is minus 8, we get minus 6 minus 8 plus 14. Then we have to add minus 6 minus 8 is minus 14 plus 14, then you have to subtract, we have a 0 as the answer. So this is how you use the board mass, right? The next thing is integers. Integers means the numbers which includes all positive, नेगेटिव एंड ज़ीरो, दैट इज़ कॉल्ड द इंटीजर, जिसमें हमारे नेगेटिव वैल्यूज़ भी होती हैं, जिसमें हमारी पॉजिटिव वैल्यूज़ भी होती हैं एंड ज़ीरो ऑल्सो, उनको हम बोलते हैं इंटीजर्स. When we will see the number line, we had studied the number line from this is the whole number line 0 1 2 3, all the positive numbers and 0, but here we have to make the negative integers also, right? So we will start with minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4 and so on like this. So in integers we include the negatives, positives and 0. This is the integer, right? Now rules of integers in multiplication and division. Multiplicating integers rule: plus multiply plus, that means positive multiply positive. When we multiply two positives, the answer is positive. When we multiply two negatives, answer is positive. When we multiply one positive and negative, the answer is negative. When we multiply one negative and positive, the answer is negative, right? Dividing integers rule: when we divide two positive, answer is positive. When we dividing two negatives, the answer is positive. When we dividing one positive and negative, the answer is negative. When we dividing negative and positive, the answer is negative. While seeing all these rules, we are observing that when we multiply two of same sign, when we multiply or divide the same sign, the answer is always positive. And when we multiply or divide different signs, the answer is always negative. So that is how you can remember when we get the positive answer or when we get the negative answer. Now we will study the properties of integers. We had already studied the properties of whole number. In a similar way, there is the property of integers. You had already studied the closure property, commutative property, associative property, identity, element, inverse and distributive property, right? Now we will see the closure property. Closure property states that if we add and multiply any two integers, then we get integer. When we add, जब हम दो integers को add करते हैं and multiply करते हैं, the answer is always an integer. For example, 2 plus 3, the 5. 2 plus 3, 2 and 3 are integers, and when we add them, 5 is also an integer. 2 multiply 3, that is 6. 2 and 3 are integers, and 6 is also an integer. That is how closure property works. Next is commutative property. Commutative property states that two integers can be added or multiplied in any order. We can add and multiply in any order. That means we can change the position. Let a and b are two integers, then a plus b is equals to b plus a. We can change the position. हमने इसकी position change की है. First of all a plus b था, then b plus a, but the answer remains same. In similar way, in the multiplication also, when we multiply and when we change the position, then we will multiply, the answer remains same, right? Next is associative property. Associative property states that while adding or multiplying three or more integers, they can be grouped in any order. Grouped means when we have three integers, so we can make any group. यहाँ पे हमने b plus 3c का ग्रुप बनाया है और यहाँ पे हमने a plus b का ग्रुप बनाया है. ग्रुपिंग हम किसी की भी बना सकते हैं, बट द आंसर इज सेम. दैट इज हाउ एसोसिएटिव प्रॉपर्टी वर्क्स अंडर एडिशन एंड अंडर मल्टीप्लिकेशन. सो दैट मीन्स कॉम्यूटेटिव मीन्स position change and associative means brackets change. That is how you can remember it. Next is identity element. Identity element is divided into two, that is additive identity and multiplicative identity. Additive identity means the sum of any integers and 0 is the integer itself. When we add any integer with 0, जब हम 0 से किसी को भी add करते हैं, we get the same answer, right? So 0 is the additive identity, right? When we comes to the multiplication, when we multiply any integer with the 1, जब हम किसी भी नंबर को 1 से मल्टीप्लाई करते हैं, वी गेट द सेम आंसर. आइडेंटिटी मीन्स किसी को भी ऐड और मल्टीप्लाई करके आंसर सेम आना चाहिए. सो 0 इज द एडिटिव आइडेंटिटी एंड 1 इज द मल्टीप्लिकेटिव आइडेंटिटी. नेक्स्ट इज इनवर्स. इनवर्स इज एडिटिव इनवर्स. नेगेटिव ऑफ एनी इंटीजर इज दैट नंबर विच व्हेन एडेड टू द इंटीजर गिव्स 0. दैट मीन्स अगर हम किसी में भी what we have to add, so we get the answer 0. अगर हम 1 में -1 करेंगे तो हमारा आंसर 0 आएगा. That means the numbers remain same but the sign will change. So a plus minus a is equals to 0. That means we have to change the sign in inverse. Inverse in Hindi we can say ulta, right? So opposite. Inverse means opposite. So we have to change the sign. Opposite sign should be applied. Distributive property. Distribute, as the name distribute means बांटना, अलग अलग करना, bifurcate करना. Let a and b and c are three integers, then a multiply b plus c is equals to ब्रैकेट के अंदर के हर एलिमेंट को बाहर वाले नंबर से हम इसको मल्टीप्लाई करते हैं. a multiply b plus a multiply c. That is how distributive property of multiplication under addition works. Let's see some example related to the properties, right? Find the product using suitable property. We have to multiply by using the suitable property. This is an example. 26 multiply minus 48 plus minus 48 multiply minus 36. You can see there is an operation of multiplication, there is also an operation of multiplication, but there is the operation of addition. Here is something common, so we can take minus 48 as common. minus 48 common लिया, इसमें minus 48 common लिया तो we will left with 26. इसमें minus 48 common लिया, we will left with minus 36, right? So now we comes to the bracket, and according to board marks we have to solve the bracket first. Which property is this? This is distributive property, right? So first of all we have to solve this. Minus plus, plus minus, opposite signs when multiply, the answer will be negative. So minus 36. 26 minus 36, taking minus as a common, right? So the signs will be changed. It becomes positive. The answer is minus 10. minus 48 minus 4, minus minus plus, that means we have to add them with the positive sign. So the answer is 480. This is how the integer works under suitable property. Let's have one more example. Verify minus 30 multiply this is equals to this. हमें इसको verify करना है. In case of verification and checking, we have to use LHS, RHS. LHS means left hand side, RHS means right hand side. Your left arms represent left hand side, your right arm represent right hand side, right? So is equals to के इधर this is left part and this one is right part. Let's take left part first. Left part is minus 30 multiply 13 plus minus 3. So according to board mass, again we have to solve the bracket first. 13 multiply 3 is 10. 10 multiply minus 30 is minus 300, right? Now we have to solve the RHS. RHS is this. So again with the board mass, we have to solve the bracket first, right? After multiplying this, we get minus 390. After multiplying this, that you get plus 90. Plus minus minus again, so taking minus as common, इनको minus किया, we get minus 300. The answer is same since LHS RHS equal, hence verify. This is how we will verify the any equation, right? This is distributive, or you can solve it by using associative also. Associative के भी questions आ सकते हैं with the same method. First of all, you have to solve LHS, then RHS. In similar way, you can solve the equation. Now you will know how to solve integers and how to verify it, right? So that's all for today. Thank you all and have a nice day.